The first thing they found was my phone. Not the one everyone knew about, the cracked screen, the one I used at home, but the other one, sealed inside the wall behind my bookcase. When the contractor powered it on, my wife's number was still pinned at the top of the screen. 73 unread messages. All from her. I wasn't alive to see her face when they called her into my old office. But I know her well enough to imagine it, the way her breath would catch, the way she'd press her fingers together like she used to when she was lying. Let me tell you how it all really started. I locked that office for a reason. In the last year of my life, everything felt slightly off, like a familiar song playing half a beat too slow. My wife, Emily, was still kind, still warm in public, but at home she moved around me like I was furniture. Not avoiding me exactly, just absent. Her phone was always face down. She'd step outside to take calls, whispering like the walls might overhear. I told myself I was paranoid. Grief does that to people, I thought, except no one had died yet. The missed calls started first. Numbers with no names. Late nights she blamed on work dinners that never produced receipts or stories. When I asked how her day was, her answers came prepackaged. Smooth. Efficient. Empty. The worst part wasn't the suspicion. It was how badly I wanted to be wrong. I remember one night clearly. Rain tapping against the windows, the smell of burnt coffee lingering in the kitchen. She was texting, smiling at something on her screen. I made a joke, asked who was making her laugh like that. She looked up too fast. Just Sarah. She didn't realize I could see her hands shaking. That was when I started keeping things. Screenshots. Dates. Times. I didn't confront her, not yet. I needed to understand the shape of the lie before I touched it. So I turned my office into a vault. I locked the door. I hid the phone. I told myself I was protecting us. The truth is, I was protecting myself from what I already knew. The messages were never explicit at first. Just familiar. Intimate in the way only long conversations can be. Inside jokes I wasn't part of. Complaints about me that cut deeper than any insult. He doesn't see me anymore. I feel invisible. I wanted to scream, I'm right here. Then came the messages she deleted but forgot to erase from the cloud. Plans. Hotel names. A single photo I couldn't bring myself to open fully. Just enough to see her hair, loose on a pillow that wasn't ours. I didn't cry. I felt hollow, like something essential had been quietly removed. I confronted her a week later. Sat across from her at our dining table, sunlight catching the dust in the air. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't accuse. I asked her if she was happy. She stared at her hands for a long time. When she finally spoke, she didn't deny it. It wasn't supposed to happen, she said. That sentence will haunt me forever. As if betrayal is an accident. As if intention doesn't count when feelings get involved. She cried. Told me she still loved me. Told me she was confused. Told me she'd ended it. Already over. Nothing to worry about now. I nodded. I even reached for her hand. But trust doesn't come back just because someone asks nicely. I kept the evidence because I didn't trust myself to remember the truth when loneliness crept in. I recorded notes. My thoughts. My pain. The way love can rot without either person noticing. I told myself one day I'd decide what to do. I never got the chance. When I died, suddenly, unfairly, Emily told people we were happy. That she'd lost the love of her life. And maybe, in her way, she believed it. A year later, when she finally unlocked my office and tore down those walls, she found everything. The phone. The recordings. The proof that I hadn't been blind or cruel or distant, that I had been hurt. They say she sat on the floor for hours after listening to my voice. Hearing me struggle. Hearing me still love her despite everything. I hope she understood then what betrayal really costs. Not just marriages, but time, truth, and the chance to say goodbye honestly. If there's one thing I want you to hear, it's this: love doesn't survive secrets. And forgiveness means nothing if the truth stays locked away. Some doors are closed for a reason. When you finally open them, you don't just uncover what was hidden. You uncover who you really were to each other all along.